you. Today's Papa, please. Okay. I don't really consider myself an athletic girl. As a matter of fact, when I was growing up, I played soccer for two seasons, and my mom pulled me out because I was afraid of the ball. And every time the ball would come to me, I'd go like this. So she was like, you're not playing soccer anymore, you're wasting my time, basically, you're afraid. So today, when I had the opportunity to do some boxing with Sinisa, it was such a blast.
It sure was. I just want to say you did such a good job. I was super proud of you. I didn't expect that. She did very good. I did not expect that at all.
She's being too nice.
No, but we definitely have to do it again. We'll do like a whole full workout next time.
Perfect. Well, I look forward to it. And that's an honor coming from her because she's undefeated. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was so much fun having Sinisa here with me. We had a blast.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
And I hope you enjoy it. So please subscribe and comment below and let us know what you think. For today's episode, I decided to do something a little bit different. I ordered some Chinese food, and my guest will be arriving right.
Hi!
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
This is Sinisa Estrada. I'm so excited to meet you, and thank you so much for coming and showing support. I can't wait for my viewers to get to know you as I get to know you, because you don't know this, but this is the first time that we're meeting, actually.
Yeah, first time.
So this should be really fun and exciting. I decided to order Chinese food for us, and this time we're actually going to bake a dessert. So we're gonna do something just a little bit different. And stay tuned also, because we're gonna do something a little bit different later. Sinisa's gonna have a little surprise for us.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that too. So let's see. Well, first of all, let's toast here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of
I'm
course.
excited.
Well, I'm happy to have you, so cheers. So tell me, do you do any cooking or baking or anything?
I do cooking occasionally, yeah.
You do? What do you like to cook?
I like to cook. I like to make pizza.
Yeah.
I like to make just like Mexican dishes. That's like all I know how to make.
What's your favorite Mexican dish to make?
Chilaquiles.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we should have made that, because I actually don't know how to make that.
Oh yeah, next time.
Today's cooking is me. Well, baking actually was a little bit different. So I chose these peanut butter cupcakes.
Ooh, that sounds
so there's a little fall feel there, getting ready for the fall season, and so let's get right into it.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. So peanut butter cupcakes. Now I've had my eye on this recipe for probably over a year now. I kept flipping through the magazine, wanted to make them, the time was never right, and then I knew when I was gonna order Chinese food, I thought, oh, perfect. And we're in October, so it's even more perfect.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we need to do is we'll heat the oven. These are all the ingredients that we're gonna need, and I'll link them in the description box below in the video so you can check it out if you wanna make these for yourself. And so let's go ahead and preheat the oven to 350. What do you think? Do you think cooking is harder or baking is harder?
I think cooking is harder.
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, I feel like baking's simple. I don't know.
It's so funny because I think the opposite.
Really?
Like I feel sometimes like baking is so much more intricate. So we have our little cheat sheet here, which is something that I usually have because I'm not typically prepared. Most of my recipes that I make, I've never made them before. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying them out for the first time. Okay. So you can be my little sous chef here, and please help take charge. You can tell me what we need to do. We'll get this going. So we do have the muffin cups with paper bake cups. Let me see. I have some bake cups, but these might be too big. So already problem number one. So
how about if you spray the pan?
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
What have you baked before?
Well, let me see. I mean, I've baked cupcakes. I like to bake cupcakes.
Not that much.
I like to bake cupcakes. I think they're a lot of fun. Okay, cool. So we're set there. I like to bake cupcakes. That's probably about it. Little tarts, little tart bites, like little pastries. Yeah. What about you?
Cupcakes, cakes, pies.
So have you ever made anything from scratch?
Yeah, I have. Cookies from scratch.
Really?
Yeah.
My spoons are over there, so we can grab it from that side. Okay, preheat oven, we did that. So we have the flour, crushed graham crackers, and baking powder. We got that. We preheated the oven in an extra large bowl, beat peanut butter and shortening with the mixer.
Do we not have
a mixer? Hold up. Yeah. We just may have just really done something.
We're making our own rules here.
We really are making our own rules. An extra large bowl.
So you didn't read this?
We should have read it
I didn't read this before. It's impromptu. It's impromptu cooking.
It's okay.
Impromptu. I have a mixer. You know, I've never used this mixer before. I don't even really know how to use it.
24 bite-sized chocolate-covered peanut butter cups. Do you have that?
Yeah. Oh! You know, they forgot but we have them right here. I gotta tell you, these kind of like, what?
I know about those.
What? No, tell me. You don't even know what
Those
you're
are
talking about.
decorations.
No. So back in July, got really hot here and I was away for the summer, so they kind of melted a little bit.
Wow.
So you know how when the chocolate melts and it gets hard again, it loses a little bit of its like good taste. So we don't know now how it's gonna taste because they were.
Go for the camera.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start gradually adding the, what did it say?
Okay, so now we're gonna add
The sugar.
sugar. 1 1/3 of sugar.
And a little bit of a prosecco. to
Yeah,
help
this
with
is
it.
like
Yeah, you guys-
stressful.
1 1/3.
Yeah.
So we have the shortening, the peanut butter, the eggs, the sugar.
So we need 1 tablespoon of vanilla and then 1 cup of milk.
Okay, perfect. So 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So there you go. So you'll do that. I'll get the milk.
Okay, should have opened this before.
So here's the milk
Talk about.
in the very 1950s type of.
That's the
right.
best milk. Yeah,
It's
so
awesome.
good.
Look, it's just like I feel like we just stepped back in a time. We're being such like homemakers right now.
Just the bite-sized peanut butter cup.
Here we go. Okay, so
24.
24. Okay, so we will go ahead. Never has this been done. Where, well, turns out that, you know, good thing I had this on hand because we forgot it at the grocery store when we did the run today for the ingredients. So this came very handy. So we are dipping into my stash, which I will have to replace. No problem.
So we're gonna need 24.
So we got, okay, perfect. So you got 2, right? 1. Okay. Are you a fan of Halloween or?
I'm a fan of Thanksgiving and Christmas.
too.
Favorite holidays, I love it.
Yeah.
Just because that's like the only time I get to really like take a break from training and spend time with my family and stuff, and just enjoy all the good food that I can enjoy.
I know, right?
During training, yeah.
Absolutely. So we hadn't talked about it yet, but since you made that comment, we can go ahead and already say that Sinisa is a boxer.
Professional fighter, yes.
Yeah, professional fighter. I'm so thrilled to have her. It is truly my honor to have her as a guest, and I'm so thrilled that, you know, she was wanting to come by and show support.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I love what you're doing with, you know, just having women on your show and just like empowering. I think it's great. So
Thank you for
I'm
that.
definitely excited to be here.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and have you
Okay.
mix it while I do a little bit of cleanup because I like to keep the kitchen clean as I'm
I'm
going.
scared to start it. I'm gonna start slow.
Oh, hold up. Did we forget something?
Did we? I don't know. Don't scare me like that.
No, we're good.
So, right?
We're good. I just realized we forgot to put in the flour. Without the flour, it's not going to go very far.
Oh my gosh. So is there anything that you like to cook?
Yes. French toast.
French toast?
Yes. I
Okay.
think I make some of the best French toast. We don't know about, y'all don't know about that yet.
They don't obviously believe you.
But I love to make French toast. I mean, I'd actually like to, oh, this looks really good, right? Yeah, this looks good. I love making breakfast food for dinner. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while, I love that.
I'm not a breakfast person,
Really?
but I love to eat breakfast for dinner. Yeah.
Well, I would kind of think that for, you know, a fighter, you would definitely eat breakfast.
I always skip breakfast. I just don't like breakfast food. Like if I eat breakfast food, it has to be like a Mexican breakfast, like chilaquiles with like eggs and stuff like that.
So do you follow a
So-
strict diet while you're training?
While I'm training, I do. It's not super strict. Like I have my days where I can eat what I want. But I usually try to keep it as healthy as possible, just because it just helps with like my energy and
Right,
feel
yeah.
in the gym. So.
Okay. We're gonna spoon a rounded tablespoon of the batter into each prepared muffin cup. So, and then place one of, wait,
What did we do?
so I think we did something wrong already, but I'm kind of like, okay, we were supposed to, I think, put the peanut butter cup as inside, like when we put it into the muffin cup, then like put it into the batter. So we pre-put it in there. I think it's okay though. I think it's gonna survive.
I think it'll taste good.
Wow, let's capture this.
Yeah.
Let's capture this.
I wish you guys could smell it.
Go ahead and put these in.
And see how our masterpiece turns out.
Perfect. So let's set the timer. So basically, these are gonna bake. They'll be ready to go, and then we'll cool them down, and then we're gonna put the strawberry jam on top. That was easy, and the Chinese food is almost here, so we're right on time. So I think this is worthy.
Cheers to this.
Cheers, yes. Girl. We're doing good. We're doing good. Perfect. Oh, I think the Chinese is here. Exciting. Come in. Hi. Come on in. Hi. Thank you so much. This is my fantastic Chinese delivery guy. So exciting. Hi. Say hello to the camera.
Hello, everybody.
Perfect. Okay, so what do I owe you? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a night.
You
Have
too.
a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
They look like they're ready.
crispy. Perfect.
Look at that.
Should we take them out now?
We should take them out. They're good to go.
They burn.
Okay, so this is gonna be the fun part. This is the last piece of the baking puzzle. We're going to dress these up with the strawberry jam.
Look at that.
See, here we go. Look at this. They're so beautiful.
They are.
Okay. You can smell the peanut butter too. The peanut butter cups. So they couldn't have been too still.
We did it our own way, and it came out.
We did
amazing.
actually. We did do our own thing on this. This is my favorite Chinese spot here in the valley. I love it. And what I normally get is some spring rolls, vegetable rolls, and always have to have pot stickers, dumplings. That's my absolute favorite. Okay, with pork.
These look so good.
Perfect. We got some spicy beef. Do you like spicy?
I do. I love spicy.
Okay, perfect.
That looks great.
Super spicy beef. No, I'm sorry. That's chicken. Here's a spicy beef. I apologize. So that's the orange chicken. Here's a spicy beef, and we should have some vegetable fried rice.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. So let's see. That's yours. Here. Okay. This is mine. Okay, you go ahead first.
I always get really bad fortune cookies. Like, I don't know what it is.
There's no fortune.
There's no fortune. You see? Oh my god.
Perfect.
What?
But I thought they said if there's no fortune in your fortune cookie, that's actually really good. Does anybody else hear that? I'm the only one?
I hope so. I hope it's true.
Okay, let's see. Mine says,
I didn't get one. I'm so sad.
you are wise to be deeply attached to your family and home.
Aww.
Oh, that's super sweet. We have 3 cookies, so you have an
Okay,
extra.
we have 3. I'm gonna try another one.
So try another one.
Hopefully, this has a fortune for me in it. Let's see. Yay! Okay. Your genuine talent will find its way to success.
Incredible, absolutely. Your next fight is,
November 17th.
and I have no doubt.
I'm excited.
So super excited for you. I know you're gonna do some great things. Continue to do great things because you're already doing phenomenal things. So that's a very awesome fortune cookie.
Awesome, I love
Very
it.
true. We'll toast to that fortune cookie.
Toast.
Wishing you all the success.
Thank you.
We are going to top these off with the strawberry jam. Oh, that smells so good. You know, every time I smell strawberry
amazing.
jam, it reminds me of school days. You know, like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches during school. It smells really good.
Peanut butter and jelly cupcakes.
You guys, this is the craziest episode ever. What is happening? This is too much. This is too much. I don't even know. I have to tell you that it's been a real pleasure having you here in my kitchen with me.
Thank you.
We've had a blast. I mean, you are welcome back anytime. I've had so much fun with you here.
I always do like interviews and stuff. Like, it's the same like typical interviews with like the same basic questions and stuff.
Right.
So it's cool to like do something that's like, you know, not scripted and like not the same questions over and over.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think some people have asked me, you know, is the show scripted? Am I reading a script? I'm not. I'm just kind of going off the cuff.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, all right, obviously. And I'm glad that I can do that. And that's what I love. Again, that was part of the idea for the show was I didn't want to do something that was stale, like just a sit down, one-on-one interview, really you know, just boring and basic. I wanted to bring some life into it, so.
Yeah, we didn't even
And personality.
read the ingredients before we made these, so.
Right? It's just part of the fun. No matter what these look like, I'm proud of us. I am proud of us. This is awesome. This is an experience. You know what? More importantly than how it turns out, honestly, I think it's the experience, right?
Exactly.
For me, we've had a phenomenal experience. These are memories of, you know, creating something for the first time. So that's really what it's all about. Sanisa, thank you so much. I have to tell you, that was a fun time in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's been very fun.
Yeah, I had such a blast. So, you know, cheers to the experience and to us getting to sit down and chat.
Thank you.
We didn't talk about it much in the cooking segment, but we did mention a little bit. So you are a professional boxer,
Yes.
professional fighter. How did you get into that?
I got into it when I was 8 years old because of my dad. I used to watch boxing with him when I was a little girl.
Yeah.
So when I was like 6, 7 years old, I would watch like these old classic boxing fights with him, or like whatever current pay-per-view fights were on. And from the moment I saw it, I just fell in love with it.
Really?
But he didn't want me to box. Like when I asked him, like the first thing I asked him was, "Dad, do girls fight?" And he said, "Yeah, they do, but there's just not that many of them because back then like there wasn't many female
Right.
fighters like there is now." So I had to beg him for like months and months. I was like, "Dad, please take me to a gym, please." And he's like, "Boxing is like for boys, like you could cheerlead or do something else." I was like, "I don't want to be a cheerleader, I want to box." So finally he took me to a gym, and the very first day I started, I just never stopped. And I've been doing it since I was 8 years old, so it's been like 18 years now.
That's really incredible. Who was your favorite boxer of that time?
My favorite boxer growing up was Roy Jones Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, loved him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when your dad saw the passion, did he
Yeah.
come around to the support?
Once he saw the passion, once he saw that I had potential, then he was like super supportive. And
Wow.
like my first week in the gym, he told my trainer, "Can you put her in the ring to spar with this boy so that way he can beat her up and make her cry, and like hopefully like it'll make her not want to come back." So my trainer said, "Okay, well if that's what you want, then I'll do it." So he put us into spar. I was only training for like a week or 2 weeks the most. I ended up beating up the little boy, making him cry, and then he never came back to the gym again.
No way!
So after that, my dad was like, "Oh wow!" Like he still has that video on tape, and he watches it all the time.
So you are Latina.
Yes.
You were sharing with me earlier that you're Mexican, but you're also mixed with Hawaiian
Native American.
and Native American. So how close do you feel to your Latina roots?
Very close, very close. Yeah, although I don't speak Spanish.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked
I'm not
about that.
fluent either, but it's okay.
I grew up living with just my mom because my parents were divorced around the time I was born. So growing up with my mom, she didn't speak Spanish. Like we grew up in East Los Angeles, so all the jobs that she had to know Spanish and English. So she basically just taught herself how to speak Spanish. So that was difficult for her. But growing up in a household with just her, we didn't speak Spanish at all.
So your parents divorced when you were really young. Do you feel that has impacted you in a positive way, in a negative way, or it didn't really? How's it affected your life?
I feel like my dad has been so supportive since he's been in my life since I was 8 years old. So I feel like having my dad in my life and being so close to him is like something that like every young girl should have in their lives. Like my next fight is November 17th, and it'll be for my first title fight. So I'm super excited about that. Because of course every fighter, their dream is to become a world champion, become a champion. So it's a big step in my career. I'm looking forward to it because now like every fight after that is like a huge fight, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to just opening doors in the sport.
So when you're a fighter, I mean, I would imagine we did some fun cooking with the dessert, and we talked about it a little bit, but what is your regimen in terms of training and in terms of eating and all of that?
It's tough, you know, like they say, you know, boxing is a lifestyle. Like you can't just go to the gym and then you go home and you just totally forget about what you're doing. Like
Right.
you live it, like you breathe it, it's everything. So I wake up in the morning at like 6 a.m. and I go run, go back home, have some breakfast, get ready to go back to the gym at 12 o'clock to do like strength and conditioning. And then from there, I go straight to the boxing gym. So from 2 to like 6 p.m. I'm at the boxing gym.
And is this like 5 days a week?
It's 5 days a week, yeah.
Wow, it's so
6
nice.
and then Saturdays I run or I go to the gym as well. So really it's 6 days a week.
Where do you see all of this going, you know, in 5 years? Where would you like it to be in 5 years?
In 5 years from now, I see myself, retiring as a multiple world champion, and hopefully, opening up a gym of my own. And I would like to get into like commentating and like broadcasting.
So I love that you said that. I love that you said opening up a gym of your own. As you know, I'm an entrepreneur, and one of the biggest, pieces to this show for me is connecting with other female entrepreneurs. And I love that. That's your vision, is not just fighting and, making a lot of money and cutting it there.
Yeah.
You want to take it further and opening a gym. How important do you feel it is to be a woman in business or giving back to the community, or what's your vision around that?
I think it's super important. Like, I want to open up a gym in the community where I grew up in and like make it affordable for kids and for families, because there's so many boxing gyms in LA and they're like super expensive, and like there's a lot of fitness gyms opening up now and it's like super popular, but they're very pricey. So what I want to do is just open up a gym and make it very affordable to kids and families, because the gym that I went to growing up, it was a Hollenbeck Youth Center in Boyle Heights, and it was free for the community. So when I think about it now, I'm like, wow, that's great, because my parents wouldn't have been able to afford it, to have me pay a monthly fee every month for me to train. So yeah, that kind of inspired me to do the same for others.
It's really important to me to leave words of encouragement, words of support, and inspiration. And I know it's easy for people to get discouraged, and I'm sure you've had moments. I have to imagine you've had moments where you just So share a little bit about that, because I never like to make it seem like everything's always perfect.
No, not at all.
So some of your discouraging moments.
My 18 years of boxing have all been. I've enjoyed every moment of it, and I haven't had like any regrets. But it's difficult to be in a sport that's like completely dominated by men. Like the breakthrough started happening this year, barely.
Wow.
So for all of these years, training and fighting and dedicating myself to the sport, like it was just so unpredictable. Like I never knew, like you never know if you're gonna make it. And even like for males in boxing, like there's not many who make it big, but for women there's like way lower percentage. So for me, it's like I just had to just like have faith and just believe in myself. I cried so many times thinking to myself like this is just not going to work out. Like I just need to do something else. But with having good support around me kept me going. And this year I signed with the biggest promoter in boxing and had my last 3 fights televised, 2 on ESPN. So
wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. That is a huge deal. Cheers. And speaking of that, you shared with me earlier, and I want to share this with everybody who's watching, that you shared with me your record. Share them with your record for fighting.
I'm 14-0 as a professional. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
And what are your nerves like when you're going into the ring? I always feel like, do you get nervous?
So nervous, yeah. Like the nerves, I think it gets worse it gets worse every fight. Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense when I said to you earlier, I was like, this is episode 4, and for some reason I'm more nervous. Do you know what I mean? Like you would think it's the opposite, but sometimes not so. Who are some of your inspirational women in boxing? I know there's not a lot, and I don't follow that world. Yeah. So who are some of your inspirational women that motivate you in that world?
Like growing up, when I started boxing, there wasn't many women to look up to, which was difficult, because looking up to like a male fighter, it's not the same as like having a woman to look up to, because then you're like, you can't really say like, oh, she did it so I can do it too. Like I didn't have that. So, I feel blessed that now, like I meet little girls who are like, oh my God, like, you inspire me, I look up to you, and like they're crying when they meet me, and I'm like, oh my God, like that's like, it just feels so great, because I didn't have that growing up, and I wish I did. But I would say like somebody who really inspired me was like Ronda Rousey, just because she just transcended the whole sport for MMA and then the UFC. Like she did so much, not only inside the ring but like outside, that like took her career to like a whole other level.
I know it's important to inspire all women, and I certainly believe in that. Do you feel that you like very specifically really want to encourage the Latina community?
Definitely, yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah. That's important. Well, thank you so much for coming by, being a guest. It means a lot to me, and I'm so glad that we've had the chance to meet. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
And I look forward to getting to see you fight. Absolutely. So let's toast to that. I'm wishing you all the best on your fight, November 17th.
Thank you so much. I had a great time.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Yeah, so I'll just show you the basics. Like jab, right hand, left hook, like basic punches and boxing.
And then we'll do like a little 1 minute match. Like me and you.
Like fighting?
Like a little 1 minute, you know? How much damage could you do to me in 1 minute?
Is that a challenge? No, I'll let you beat me up. I'll keep my hands up and I will throw punches.
No, I can't. No, I never like for anybody to let me win. Like, we have to win fair and square. I mean, technically, I'm undefeated right now, too.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So I thought it'd be really fun to have Sinisa give me some boxing tips to do a little bit of a different segment here. We are going to...
I'm just going to show you the basic punches in boxing. And yeah,
Okay,
we'll work on
perfect.
that. Should be fun.
Perfect.
Or, yeah, put that on here. Put your, usually we put the hand wraps on.
Okay.
Now
Now who's going to do your gloves?
I could just like tuck the laces in. And I'll just,
This is exciting. I'm not nervous at all. Not at all. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Scared. Let's go. Let's see, we're gonna work on Let's go.
Let's face the mirror. And then keep your hands, are you right handed or left handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so you're gonna stand just the way you are.
Okay.
Shoulder width apart, your feet. And then you're gonna throw. This is the jab. Right hand. And then left hook.
This is the part that always screws me.
Like I go jab, right, and then when you throw the hook, all you're gonna do is just lift your elbow. Right. Hook. Good. And then what you can do, we'll add one more hook. So we'll go jab, right, hook, and then we'll do a hook from this side.
Okay.
Jab, right, hook. Good. No, you're doing really nice. When you throw the jab, you're gonna step forward.
Okay.
Right hand, hook forward, and the other.
Okay.
Jab,
Right.
hook.
Good. No, I don't know.
That's good. I've seen worse. You look really good.
You ready to go?
Okay, yeah, we're ready to go.
So when we get ready to fight, what do we do? We go like this?
We're gonna. No, we'll just tap those like this. Right.
Oh, right.
You're backing up. Why are you backing up? You're supposed to be coming at me.
Now let's bump up your level. Like your level, meaning like come at me a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. What was that? That was me. No, can you do that? Like if
No, you're good.
Yeah, you're blocking. You can block like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very good.
So he's just like scared to hurt me.
I know, I'm trying not to.
I can see she's like, she's holding back. She's holding back. Okay, let's bump up the level one more. Let's bump up the level one more. I'm over here. Okay, I'm ready.
Come on, bro. Come forward. Come on. Go. Like what's the matter? Good. She's walking up. You're like Mayweather. She's like, do.
tips for midsection? Because you've now jabbed me twice in the midsection.
Yeah. So you can throw jabs in the midsection. You can like step inside, get closer, and throw like uppercuts and hooks. So what I usually do is just like try to distract my opponent by like going to the top and like think that I'm gonna go up high and I just drop down. So jab is going. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're great.
Thank you.
That was so fun.
This is Sinisa Estrada, right? Thank you. You want to help me out here?
Yeah.
You want to move this stuff? Okay. Dust. Right about now, I'm wishing like my mom was here. Or my grandma.
Ditto. Ditto.
Thank you, Cynthia. Hair fix, hair fix. I know. I'm struggling with the milk too.
We can't.
Can you step in? Can somebody step in and help with this moment, please? I see a nail popping off. I mean, I already broke. How is this? Oh my gosh.
Is that
Right?
this twist?
Yeah. I don't think this is twist. I think it's this is I'm like nervous about this. No.
Hey, cut!
What I do?
No, not at all.
You guys! I need a stopper. Oh gosh. What is going on in my life?
No, I wouldn't.
No, yeah, I mean, well,
I'm too clumsy for all that and too impatient.
Apparently so am I.
I've had a great time here so far.
So far. You said your next fight is November 17th.
Yes.
I will not be able to make. Let me not say that.
I will not be there.
I'm a fan, but I won't be able to make it.
I will not be there, but hey,
Good luck.
good luck.
I'll be at a Marine Corps ball that day. But,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This has been one crazy night.